Alright, cool. Yo, it's been a long time. But old habits die hard. You know. And especially when you've been in lockdown, you've had time to soul search, so to speak. Or thatch it when it comes to African wisdom.
No, Rudende, come on.
No,
now.
seriously. I've been diving deep down south.
Deeper than usual?
Much deeper than usual.
Uh-huh.
Yes. I went to the Mwambalambadi.
To the what?
The Mwambalambadi.
Where is that?
They're a small fishing tribe in Mozambique.
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 No, you don't pronounce. It's not Kwe. It's just Mozambique.
So why is the U and E there?
It's just there. It's decorative.
Oh, no, there's no such thing as decorative.
It's decorative. It's like those throw pillows.
Which throw pillows?
The ones you put like on your bed.
Why would you put
don't
pillows
use
on your bed if you're not using them?
Because they're decorative.
Why would you decorate with pillows as opposed to sleeping on them?
It makes the bed look nice.
Do you know how cool it is to have two? I sleep with two pillows. You know why? Because I have two cooler sides to look forward to at night.
Okay.
When you flip the pillow. Yes.
Okay.
So when you have 8 and you just throw them off and sleep with one.
No, I don't throw them. Anyway.
What's wrong with you? Can I give you my wisdom?
Please.
They say the mputa that forgets its roots will use rabbit whiskers as shoelaces.
I have questions.
I'd be surprised if you didn't.
No.
You know, I was here hoping that your questions would be on lockdown.
No,
What?
no.
Nadas.
No.
So, let's go.
We have to do contact tracing on your proverbs.
Wait, what's wrong with my proverbs?
Okay. Because how would mputa, which is a fish, have anything to do with a rabbit, which lives on land? It makes no sense. There's no correlation. They would never meet.
Now you see, that's why this wisdom is not for you. Because they got it.
Did they?
They got it.
Did you all get it?
I think they did.
No, don't say you got it just to say you got it.
Yeah.
Don't be KK. No. Don't put your mask on.
No.
Mask on.
They got it. You see, as usual, I am going to have to break it down into two parts.
Break it down.
Please do.
The mputa that forgets its roots. Now, when you forget your roots, what happens?
Well, you don't know where you're going if you don't know where you're coming from.
Exactly.
Yes.
But likewise, if you don't know where you have come from and you forget yourself, your past will not take you back. Do you see how you'll be excommunicated? Eh? You see how you'll be excommunicated.
I'm off.
If you forget your roots,
Because usually when I forget my roots,
throw you out.
because
Your family will throw you out.
okay.
Right? Now, have you seen a mputa that has been bounced from the lake?
No.
They have to go on land. You see, because they've been rejected. So they're thrown on land. What does that mean? No. They have to find shoes.
Shoes.
Yes. But unfortunately, they can't get shoes. So what do? They improvise. They grab some bark, some leaves, and then they make sure that stays on their fins by using rabbit whiskers as shoelaces.
Can you feel it? Ding, ding. Sorry.
Do you see that?
How did they get the whiskers off the rabbits?
Now, I didn't search that hard.
What's up, dog?
Yes.
So you're going to go back and thatch it.
I'm going to back and touch it. And then I'll come back with that.
So it really wasn't a deep dive.
No, it wasn't. I was been confused because when I forget my roots, my weed dries up. So
I have no follow up for that one. But is it Mozambique, or Mozambique? Because how do you say
the third guy.
It's Mozambique.
Who
guys.
decides that it's that we ignore the Q? Where
It's a pronunciation thing. I don't know.
How is
who-
it
decided by
who
who?
decided?
Yes.
You guys.
You know, there's one of the greatest books in the history of books is a book called Mystical Christianity.
Playboy.
And they say you have to question the accepted knowledge.
That is very true. That is very true.
Me as me,
Yes.
I'm questioning Mozambique because Q.
Yeah.
When you play pool, you play with it.
Oh, the Q. Yes.
So Mozambique Q. You rebuttal or whatever they say.
Sorry, Sim.
What do you guys are not
Sorry.
I give up because Rudende always tells me that some things are not for me. Clearly, this whole linguistical conversation is not for you guys.
But I'd
Call
really
it
like
what you want.
I'd really like to expound on that one. Okay. To be contuned.
Listen, you said it's been a long time. I really thought you were going to go, I should have left you. Without a come on, man.
Step two.
Come on, man. You can't come.
No, because you see,
yeah.
that's your job. You see, it's been a long time.
No, but
we've been waiting a very long time. You have kept us waiting a very long time. So you opened the door. You're the musician in
so
soccer here.
that's the
You've
energy.
left us
I'm
without
like-
dope tunes to step to.
So let me ask. So you're not a musician?
Classically trained.
You just blow.
Moving swiftly forward.
forward.
You know what? We could always try again, huh?
What does that read?
We're having trouble finding that site.
I think they were like,
Look, please.
UCC blocked so many things.
Yo, like there's work restrictions where I work for porn. So every time
You see that?
that's my line. Like okay, HTTPS www nothing.
None of the above.
The above.
We have
It was
suffered.
never.
I miss my former IT guys.
Yo.
Yo,
Moment of silence.
shout out to Alex Donbash,
Oh wow.
Timber Messenger.
Moving swiftly forward.
Let's do it.
Round the vegetable we go. That's SIIMA, aka Wear a Mask to Mbav, aka 1 part vodka, 2 parts kasese, aka Fresh to Death like it's supposed to be. Had to hit the store real quick, get some groceries. And that's KK, aka Maintain Social Distancing, aka Baby Rumyaba Yaye, aka What's Life Without Struggle Though? I had goals I couldn't reach like Arsenal.
Hey.
And I'm Rudende, aka Have you washed your hands?
Bunga me, not-
AKA Boss, Binabi Seekem. AKA I'm Phil Jackson. I know how to win with mics.
Hey.
Well done.
You notice that I took a big leap from KK to me, eh? Introducing a man
What
who
up?
needs no introduction.
Introduction.
I had to go. I was going for Russian, then French came in, and then I was like, you know what?
Ah,
He
yeah.
needs no intro.
It's the Mozambique
Never
thing.
done
It's the Mozambique with me.
Yeah.
It's the Mozambique with me.
What up? My name is the Myth, Mr. Soyuji, aka. Wait, actually, it's the Myth, aka Mr. Soyu. Yeah,
You're the one.
So,
it's this one.
cue him tenor.
Thomas, the tanking engine.
I was going to call Buffalo on you.
Sorry.
All right. I need to get something off my chest. I have beef with the Myth.
So do I.
Idringi says you can't have beef with the Myth because he eats everything.
We have suffered.
You need a second chance.
Because he doesn't share.
Give yourself. You need a second chance. We're talking
No,
Salvador.
Idringi actually says that.
Are you serious?
You never
Lame
heard it?
joke.
I've never heard that.
Sorry, we just.
Okay.
Anyway, he'll get a second chance. At that
This is
punchline.
Salvador, huh?
But I have beef with you.
Yeah.
Because on the Amaso remix, you said, and correct me if I'm wrong, even if you had a twin, I'd only mess with you. Dude, you have a 2-for-1 special. And you decide, I'm not going to take the Nyongeza.
Really? No. You see,
Let me ask you a question. If you had
Yes.
2 Rihannas,
Maybe it was just a lyric.
you're with one Rihanna, then there's a second Rihanna, identical and everything. You take
did
only one.
you saw the Rihanna picture when she's pointing at her boyfriend? In Barbados, she's like yelling at him. I don't want 2 Rihannas. I don't want 1 Rihanna.
What?
No.
Let me
Maybe
tell
just
you.
to look at.
Let me
Like
tell
you
you.
mean as in pictures?
No, just
Oh, as in your
No,
life.
I don't.
There's a
I don't want.
there's a proverb.
Oh, here we go.
No, a real proverb in the Bible.
So the other ones are not real proverbs.
No.
That's what I've been saying.
This is African wisdom. It's
Ah,
not proverbs.
yes.
It's
Okay,
African
okay,
wisdom.
okay,
All right?
Noted.
But the Bible says,
Nice.
do not expect that everyone will like you unless you're Rihanna or Chapati.
Wait, which Bible is this? Is it the King James
No, it's
version?
mystical Christianity. What
Hey.
is it called? Mythical Christianity, yeah.
Mythical.
Yes,
hey.
mythical Christianity.
The
It
book
says-
of what? Chapter who? Verse what?
No, it's Proverbs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The Bible, mystical Christianity.
No,
just to be clear.
It's actually
There's that Bible Museveni was holding
yes. No, but
when he was swearing in.
Maybe
Everyone was like, "What Bible is
Maybe it's the
that?"
Bible Trump was holding upside down.
no, it wasn't actually. It's in the letter
Trump's
of
Bible probably
the letter
just
of
says
Paul
like KKK. Hey.
to the chlamydians.
Get out of
The
here.
chlamydians.
Yes. Yes.
Chlamydians.
Sounds like a disease.
Them of chlamydia.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is.
I know that Bible. If it's Rihanna, it's probably the King LeBron James version.
No, it's a true story. True story. But it's not in us right now to question.
Rihanna.
No. To question the Bible. We're questioning this guy.
Yes.
About that line.
Seriously.
You know that-
dude, every man's fantasy is identical twins in
Yeah.
a jacuzzi.
Really?
Yes, actually 3 sets of identical twins in
So is it
a jacuzzi.
Every man's fantasy.
Okay, for me.
But wait.
Aha.
in his head for him?
It's like going to a party where there's a lot of pastries, the same thing over and over again.
How is that a problem?
Can I have her and her best friend? Why do I have to have you again?
Yeah.
Dude, what is the problem here?
But then also me, I happen to just be, you know, cut from a cloth of black men don't cheat, fam. Hashtag. Big D-
Not this,
Big
please.
DMC,
I
fam.
don't know if I'm ready. You know what? You might have to give me some of what it is that he's drinking if I'm going to get through this. If this is how we have started.
I'm going to delete this.
Okay.
No, but then, can I say, I thought you actually, when you said Amaso remix, I thought you were going to go for the real question. You know, that whole verse
Right.
was like me shooting my shot at Winnie Nwaji.
Aha. The plot thickens.
People never saw that. It bothered me because I say when we're talking forever, baby girl, I see me and you. I'll be your Picasso. No.
Get to the
You're my partner in this crime. They're locking me away with you. And I think at that time when he had the issues when they were like she had smacked the maid.
Yes.
So I was like, I think that day because I was driving from Tororo and listening to the beat, and I wrote on the way to the studio the verse, and I was like, I had seen it. I had seen it online, like, oh, the maid wants to sue her. This is this. I was like, oh, okay, cool. You're my partner in this crime. They're locking me away with you. All that type of stuff that I was saying.
That's
So,
interesting.
Wow.
Because actually, that's something I was going to ask.
shoot or shoot.
Yes.
But then she went to pass to Navio or tried to.
Yeah, as questioning that, she got the wrong clear cut, guys. Like, what
That has
was
been
it?
one of the most awkward videos I think I've ever seen on Twitter. But I think it was also one of those that was taken out of context.
Oh, don't do it.
Yeah. But we can leave it at that.
That video pissed off Rudende because radio stations picked it up and that was their topic for a week. And radio was just like, what happened to our country? What happened?
You know?
That's why we have not radio.
And we're talking about it.
Irony. But it's funny you should mention that because you talked about writing your verse, listening to the beat on the way from Tororo. Right.
To studio.
And I actually wanted to ask you the creative process of hip hop.
Yeah.
What comes first, beats or bars? Or is that interchangeable?
Yeah, it's interchangeable. Like there's some times when I'll just be there faffing around at 3 a.m. not doing anything. And I'll get a line. I'm watching cartoons and I'll be like, oh, I write something. Or you're listening to news, they say something, oh, you write something. So you just keep those lines there. Then you feel like, okay, you know what? Maybe I should put these somewhere. So hit up Samurai, hit up Cause, hit up Eighth, and hit up the producers, you know, and be like, hey, just send me a Kalusi. Or I'll just go and get like an instrumental and be like, maybe I just want to vibe out, like just rap nonstop. And so I'll just go and get this one instrumental off the internet and just write to it and incorporate those lines. So there's that. Then there are other times when for that song, the Amasa song, Benon actually hit me up and said, hey, I need you on this remix. And I said, Benon, if it's for Amaso, I don't want to do it.
Why not?
The song is incredible. The original, it's really, really dope. Yeah, I was like, fam, there's some, just leave it. You know? Yeah. So I was just like, leave it. And he's like, no, I know. He also was like, he's like, I know, but let me send you the beat. And if it works for you,
drop a couple of bars
drop
and
something
send
on it. So I was like, cool. He's like, I want you, if you want to just take it back to the old Swangs feel where they used to do all these collaborations.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. He sent it, never listened to it. I never downloaded it. I'm in Tororo. I'm with the Jaja, and just I'm trying to eat groundnuts and just relax, right? Just pointing at oranges like that I need brought down and made juice for. So I was like, yeah. And when we're coming back, he's like, yo, so studio is available today. Are you? And I was like, hey, oops.
I'm on the way.
No,
I'm on the way.
I said, because he's like, what do you think about it? I was like, oh, wait. So I download and play it. And there's some songs, some beats. If you're in a car, it just makes sense.
Yes.
That song in the car, that was it. I was like, yeah. That's it.
Those songs.
It just has a vibe to it. So
I know.
I wrote it. I was
It's
like,
like Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen.
What song?
When you're hitting the northern bypass, traffic is clear and you're just flying. I just met you, and this is crazy. But the song is dope now.
Yeah, Carly Rae fan. We know this.
Yep, it's a dope
Yeah.
song. Don't judge me.
I ain't gonna judge you. I ain't gonna judge you.
Speaking of vibes, we were
Who's that?
just now to listen to some tracks from the Uganda album.
Yes.
Anticipated.
I feel happy about that. Highly anticipated.
As you know, speaking personally as a fan, we've been waiting for a while. We've
Yeah.
been trolling you
A lot.
socials,
And even privately.
You're the one who's just teasing us.
Even
You're
privately.
just teasing us.
So there's a thread you did, I think it was early last week, where again teasing us,
Yes.
but telling us like the different artists that you collaborated with
Yeah.
on this album. We've got Maritza, spoken word artist,
Yes.
someone very dear to our hearts, of course.
Oh yes, yes. She's family.
Yes.
Jason Mionjo,
Yes.
Giovanni,
Chinji. Yes.
Marcus Balls, as in the list is like
Yvonne the
massive.
singer.
Yvonne the singer.
Yeah.
How did these collabos come about? You mentioned how the online could come up. You're watching cartoons or you're watching.
Yeah. Yeah.
You sort of wake up and think, oh, you know what? Maritza would be dope on a track. What is that particular process when it gets to bringing in another artist?
To work with. So Maritza, it's crazy. She's the first person who has done an intro for me. That's my baby. That's like I always do the intros because I always write a letter.
Yeah.
How I'm feeling is just a letter. It's something when I was in uni in India, it's just, I was always like, man, I need to write a letter to Uganda in rap. So I say whatever is happening and I'm like, so I've always, on my mixtapes, I do the intro. My last two albums, I do it's my thing. As a hip hop guy also, the intros are so crucial.
Yeah, to lay the foundation.
Yeah. So the guys know, okay, this,
'Cause it's a hard
this is where you're
pre-sale.
going. Yeah. So Maritza is the first person who has done that. And the reason why is I've been in this for a while. How do we start shining lights on this new, incredibly talented artists in Uganda? It's my responsibility to do that. So I hit her up one time. That was when the studio was in Nakasero, where you had gone.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. Forgive me.
Sorry.
Forgive me.
I hit her up and, she came through, took time out of her day, listened to one or two songs and got an idea, went away. Came, did that. Now, with other songs, I've never actually had... Yvonne and I are very, very close. Our families are super, super close. I've never had a song with Yvonne alone.
Okay.
The song with Enigma, Lyrical Proof,
Yeah.
she came on. The song AUG Fly, that was her, she came on. I'm like, man, if I ever get the right beats, I need Yvonne. So when I got that beat, I sent it to her. I was like, hey, I was thinking about this breakup song. This is the beat. Let me know if you're feeling it. She's like, oh, I love it. She sends back a demo like 2 minutes later. I think I was like walking from, she loves it, good. I'm walking from my room to like the living room, like, I'm like, oh. And she yeah, and she's singing to it. I was like,
One
wait,
time.
what? Then I said, can't be that easy. Hey, add some Luganda. Okay. I'm in the fridge. I'm like, fam.
How is this happening?
If this is her, check it's her. And so that's what you heard. So for me, it was on this album. I was like, if I'm doing an album called The Ugandan, who's on my list, my wish list?
Yeah.
Who are the people I want to work with? Yvonne was on top of that list.
Yeah.
Hit her up. She was gracious, graceful, happy, came through, murdered it. Giovanni Chiinji, that's actually weird because a funny story, because with him, when I did Blankets and Wine, he was the artist that was on before me.
Okay.
And I remember when, between when he was done with his set, it took like 15 minutes for him to get off.
Why he was
Because he was unplugging
unplugging.
his stuff and all these traditional instruments. So I was asking Dylan on the side, I was like, who was playing this stuff? She's like, him.
Wait, one man band.
Yeah, he had like I think he plays like close to like 20 and up traditional instruments.
Wow.
So for me, I was like, man, with what we want to do, he's the type of guy I would need. He came to studio with a backpack and that one string fiddle, the thing. The backpack had wood drums. Yeah, the adungu here. The backpack had drums. I didn't know. I just thought it was a laptop or something. Him and Sam kicked me out. 15 minutes, I came back and I heard what you heard.
So that was live instrumentation.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing. 'Cause that's
Fully.
something I was going to ask.
Fully. So is for me, I just had when I'm going into a project, I have a list of people I want to work with. I want to work with this person. Okay. Sometimes it comes together. Sometimes it doesn't. I'll tell you, Winner.
Yeah.
That beat. Initially, I actually wanted to work with Munji on it. Right? And we didn't have.
I'm thinking about it.
You're trying to.
Yeah,
we didn't. I know that's why I said it because he was quoting. Yeah, I didn't have anything on it. Sam had given me the beat, and I was like, ooh, and I was like, man, it would be dope to get Munji. So he was one of the people I wanted to work with at that time. I hit him up. He heard it. He wasn't feeling it. So there are times when stuff like that happens. He's not feeling it. Then I think it was just one time I'm in the car and the Mwai Kibaki thing happened. And I got that line. Yeah, I got that line then. And I was like, yo, this song should be about like just winning. And I don't know why his pants falling was a win. But for me, I was like looking at this, I was like, yo, man, it would be dope if we if I made the song about this and it became what it became. And in my head, I was like, man, maybe that wasn't a song for Munji to be on. There's so many tracks like that happen, and I'm like, I want this person on. I want it works. It doesn't work.
Has there been a situation where you write with somebody in mind? Because I don't know if I'm getting this right, but sometimes you write a song with somebody in mind for a hook or for a guest verse. Has there been a situation where, after listening to it, you realize, okay, maybe like you've listened to the two songs and you're like, okay, maybe let me switch the features, and then you have them do a verse on the other joint, and then it just works out?
No. I think also it's like whenever I pass the song on to someone, and usually my studio sessions are usually closed off.
Yeah,
I like that. I like the chemistry Sam and I have. He'll correct me here and there. The boys will come in and they'll help me here and there. But my studio sessions are usually closed off. I like that energy. Initially, I used to record at night, but curfew.
Man.
It has affected all of us, by the way.
I need to ask you because you mentioned your
Why are you
studios.
pointing at my drink?
Your studios, exactly, because that's my question.
Okay.
Because many of the times we had you on the different shows we over the years, you kept maintaining that every time you hit studio, that goes out the window.
Yeah.
The entire recording process.
The drink will be there because the guys want to drink.
Yeah.
The drink will be
but you
there.
will never touch it.
I can't touch it. There's a song on the song with Eki, Go Down Low. That song, I'll tell you. First of all, Sam was throwing that beat away. SAMURAE was throwing that beat. It was like in the words is deleting, and he played it, and I was like, damn, that would be fire. We were going to Mukono to just get
baked.
Yeah. We were just like, guys, let's get in the car, let's go to Mukono, let's get hammered. And he plays that beat, and I was like, go down low. So I kept that. We recorded it, but Sam was like, yo, this beat is trash.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't worry. Right? So we go, and the whole time, that's the funny thing about that song is I wanted tonics on that.
Okay.
Right? So we go to Mukono, turn up. But I have this thing where I'll just write.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? So I'm writing on my way back, and for some reason I thought I could record. We got to studio.
In that moment.
Yeah. We got to studio. And that's when I knew, you know what, this thing's enough for me. I can see the words.
Thoughts to mouth alignment jammed.
But the thing is, I'm so hammered. I think I'm executing this at the highest of levels.
Highest of levels,
This is my greatest delivery.
It's like that scene in Wolf of Wall Street where he thinks he got back in his
And the white car.
Bombe. It was
It's a
just
mess.
disaster.
I suffered because I remember we listened to, we tried to record that song 50 times.
In that state.
Yeah. And Sam, I have to salute my guy because it's really my guy because it's like, okay, again? Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Take
I just
47.
feel like this and I'm like,
Gotta be patient.
we had 50 takes. Billy was there and he's like, that's it. He was the one who was stopping us. It's like, it's over, bro. I came back the next day and I'm listening. I'm like, what is this?
What is this
And I'm
nonsense?
convinced that they messed up my recording. I can curse? I can curse.
Yes, you can.
They fucked up my recording. They sabotaged me.
These bastards.
Yeah. Fucking this shit.
Brad fucking.
No, so I was there and it just refused. But then after that, I kind of like, I knew.
You learned a
I
lot.
knew. There was that. And then again in Mukono, performed. And I was trying to rap Bosvao, but nothing was happening. And a guy who was there sent me a DM and said, bro, love
Chill.
your music. Appreciate what you do. Salute to you. But last night was a mess. You can't be like that. And me, this guy, I don't follow him. He doesn't follow me. He's just a guy who's like, yo, Mith, I rock with you. That thing hit. I was like, yeah, that's it. That's it. So recording, nah. Even performing, I'll just chill there. I'll be angry. I'll be angry, but I just can't do it.
Okay.
But you use that to fuel you as well.
To what? Finish performing to drink?
No, to rip the mic.
Speaking of fuel, I mean, in the collabos that SIIMA brought up, you and Jason Leonje, that power thing.
Yes.
It takes me, you have to break it down for us. Spiritual journey. Because
No, you know it's weird because it's the conversation we've had, you and I, and
you hit me up.
yeah, we've had that conversation, and for me, it's just that I know, like the one thing that would make my mama happy is if I just went to church more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah,
You
tell
know,
me about it.
if you know, so I pray every day. That's the thing about it. I pray every day. It's something that started happening, and then it just stuck with me.
Yeah.
So I pray every day and everything, but like I know my conversations with my grandmother, she's like, but that's not enough. You know, I had a conversation with my grandmother in lockdown and she was like, that's good, but more. And I know church, religion is something important to my family and it's also important to me, not because it's important to my family, but it's also important to me. That's why I've had that conversation with you, just you know, like what you know, like you know. So it's something that's important to me. You know, so the song with Jesse, another song that went out to someone first. They didn't feel it. They recorded, they didn't feel it. It came back, and Jesse, I'm just happy whenever I work with him because he's just like mad talented. He's mad talented. He came in and executed it. He hasn't heard this version, so he still thinks it's just one thing. He doesn't know what happens after.
Oh, wow.
we know something you don't, JC.
Right?
So he doesn't know, and you know, I'm just he's the right fit for the song. It's a song that I've always wanted to do for my mother. I say mothers because like, you know, my aunties, my like.
It's Africa. We have like 10 moms.
Just
Yeah.
all
All the
of
moms,
them.
by the way.
They
Community
would
raised
be
you.
happy about it. Yeah, so that's how that song came up, and it's something that I'm trying to lean more to, you know, just have more religion, have more faith.
I love that.
Yeah, in my life.
Shout out to all the moms because
Yeah.
as a unit, our moms are strong in our lives.
Yes.
Her mom is like, yo, you can't
Yeah.
fuck this shit up. Man.
Yeah.
His
And
mom wants him to go to
sadly-
church on Saturday. Sadly.
Yeah.
And same here, just very spiritual moms, and I think
Yeah.
many of our blessings and stuff is just from
Yeah, 100%.
right.
It's
Beautiful.
crazy because like Amen was supposed to be that song, but then as I went on recording the album, Power came. And you know, anyway, the car accident that I had and everything, so that came, right? And Amen, it's won an award. And my grandmother took the trophy to Toro. She's like, no, this is
Next to the oranges.
you know, yeah, and the grown-ups. You know, so for me, this stuff is like, it means more. Like a lot of the things on this album and that's the thing about this album. A lot of the stuff on this album, that's why I had to get it right. A lot of things on this album just mean more to me than just a song.
Yeah.
I'm not just putting a project. I haven't rapped. My last album was 20.
Your last album was The Chronic.
You know what's sad? Fun fact. Ladies and gentlemen of the 420 religion.
Oh Lord.
This man over here does not even
don't smoke.
bake.
He doesn't partake.
Nothing.
Does it?
Because I woke up to him.
It's
and
bothered
it was a
this guy for a long
premiere
time.
of the Bond, one of the Bonds. What they parked the car outside.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was years ago.
It was a Thursday night. Yo, man.
Let's go.
I brought James, but now I'm just going to smoke some kush. I don't even smoke that shit. I'm going to die.
You could not believe it.
September with no remember? Come on. But yeah, it's beautiful when that is your story in an album and everything.
It's very important. I have my grandmother on the album.
That was
You know, I have my grandmother on the album. So for me, it's like everything for me is more than just a song. Like we
It's
can
an
knock
experience for you.
we can knock records out every day. We can do that. Like I'll do that here every day.
Yeah.
I'll do that here every day. But then it's like, okay, but now it's for me it's gotten to that point where it's like, what am I leaving? Because I do want to leave this shit, right? But what am I leaving?
See, now he's interviewing himself. You've answered the question. Yes. You've answered my next question. Because
What's
I
your
was
next
going to
question?
ask you, like, how much of what you rap about on this album is based on a true story? Because there's, like you've already mentioned, there's a breakup song. There's a song you do
That's
with Herbert Sensamba, which I actually believe that he is Ugandan R&B. Like, I've
He's
seen him
incredible.
perform live.
Yeah.
And there's an event I was emceeing. The crowds, Ugandan crowds can be difficult. Listen, Herbert got the girls going. It was like 3 in the afternoon. It was hot.
We have very difficult.
Chicks were screaming. Herbert was he just totally tore it up.
A bad man.
So you've got all these songs on the album. So I was going to ask you, how much of them are based on true stories? Because anyone can write, a story about a breakup or whatever.
We chill around my friends.
And before you answer that,
Yeah.
if I could just expound on it,
Yeah.
how do you decide how much of yourself to give away? Because there's still
there's
something
that.
about maintaining an element of privacy.
Yeah, I think, but then now in this day and age, I think the more the fans see of you, the more successful you get. It's weird, right?
Building that connection. Eh?
Yeah. Back in the day, like you guys were talking about my last album was a Chronic. Dre was saying how back in the day, the artist had to stay back. That mystique, like no one knows about who this person is married to. We didn't know so many people were married until recently. They were like, "Oh, I've been married for this many years." Like what? So I think
a public persona and a private persona.
Yeah, exactly. I think now people are bringing that out more because you want it relatable. You want people to relate to you, right? Now, as far as I go, there are very few songs where I talk about my life. There are very few songs, but all the songs where I'm telling stories, that is about things I've seen. My grandfather, before he passed, he said, "As an artist, you have to be observant. Everything has to inspire you." Right?
Creative process is not just something you can switch off. Switch off.
So
You
he's
have to
like,
live it.
look, you're driving, or being driven. What's happening?
Yeah.
Something has to connect, and you're like, oh. So he said that to me, and that stayed with me. So for me, it's like, even this, I'll go away and I'll have something to write about. It's a real experience.
Yeah.
Now, personal stuff, I don't know if I need therapy. No, I'm joking.
No, but
There's a couch right here. Like, we can do this. Yeah.
This therapy is over here, ladies and gentlemen. Just to drink water.
yes.
Why not?
No.
I can help you.
You need to tell us who she is, though. The one in I'll give her love, because now
I give her love. No, the dopest thing about I give her love was
Who is she?
So I give her love when we made that beat, because Coles and I would just go to his house and would just create. So we made that beat, and I was like, man, this would be dope to work with Kenzo.
Interesting.
It's a feel-good song.
Right? Yeah, it was. I was like, man, I really want Kenzo on this song. And what's funny was I had just done a show, and Kenzo was there, and he's like, bro, why do you, he's angry with me. He's like, why don't you call, like, he had three homies.
In English?
Yes.
Okay.
He actually, the dopest thing, the best thing was he actually got on stage. He got on stage and said, he spoke. It was Selector J's 15 years last year.
Yeah.
He got on stage and he spoke, and he said, hey, I spoke in English. Clap for me, because I think it's something that he's working on because of
Nancy Pelosi.
all the international
profile. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's something he's learning. But he was there. He was like, yo. So when we made that, I was like, man, this would be dope for Kenzo. Left the beat alone. Worked on other things. Then again, I was like, man, let me revisit this beat. Sat down with it again, and I was like, yeah, Kenzo would be good. But there's this other gentleman I worked with before, Herbert.
Let me try him.
Yeah, so I call him. Herbert is like, yo, come over to my house. So drive to his house, like lunchtime, sit down there. We have a meal, just have good times. And, I remember I just kept saying, I give her that love. And he's like, yo, let's do that. Whenever you do her wrong, you have to do right by her. You have to give her loving and all this. So he wrote that. And part of it was the second part of the chorus, he failed to get it. We called my dad. And we were like, yo, so my dad was like, yeah, Amazogan to do this, Galola. Yeah, right? That was my dad. And he's like, yo, he said that. I was like, okay, cool. So we go back then, like 10 minutes later, it hits my dad that this guy's writing a song. So
How are you going to give him writing credits on the album?
He calls me and he's like, hey. So, what are you doing? I said, why? He said, are you writing a song? I said, yes. Okay, so how much do I get? I'm like,
Nothing for free. Nothing's for free. At the very least, you get the family rate.
Herbert killed it.
Herbert killed it,
man.
yes.
Because you mentioned songs that sung in the car. That song sounds anywhere.
Yes.
What I want to ask is, with social media,
Yeah.
you mentioned about, the fact that you can get closer to your fans and everything.
Yes.
But it also opens you up to criticism and hateration in a way that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how much harder is it to block it out? Because back in the days, remember then, if you want to talk ill about somebody, you'd talk.
You'd have
Exactly.
to meet the person.
It felt more human then, but now you can be faceless online.
I look for people.
Sorry, what?
I look for people.
What?
I look for people.
Oh, you want to engage them one on one?
I'm still old school in that way. I look for people because there's some people who get carried away. Like, you want to talk about my music, say, yo, it's trash. That's cool. That's your opinion. It's okay. Right? You want to talk about me, my family. Yeah.
That's where we draw the line.
I am looking for someone.
Yes. Yeah.
But no.
Actually, I think I know the guy.
Yeah, it's alright.
Anytime
It's alright.
the guy's in the place and they tell him, hey, Mr. Mayanja is here. He exits.
Because he knows.
Yes.
He talked about my mother. He talked about my mother. That there's no coming back from that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Period.
So I need to know which year and which album it will be where SIIMA makes an appearance, because
You know what's funny? She wanted to be on that Serenade. She wanted to come and play the flute.
And then you said, no, but
Nah.
that right now, we have not yet aligned creatively.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like church music.
The inhumanity.
It hurt me to my core, but I'm a professional. I'm here. I'm excited about the album.
So you forgave him.
No.
She's a September baby. She doesn't forgive.
Beef. It's a beef.
Yes.
Do you want to be the vixen?
Oh,
Since you like the song so much.
on the spot. 3, 2, 1. Chance is gone. Chance is gone.
Answer. Let her answer.
Okay.
You answer.
We shall discuss it.
Oh.
On our birthday.
Oh,
Aren't we discussing it?
I'll be drunk.
Birthday,
Mama
September
Sam.
8th.
Mama Sam.
You know,
Funny
that Saturday song, I mean, I was listening to it and I told you guys, it took me back another 20 years.
Yeah.
Bad Boy, Carl Thomas, 112. There was just a lot of the original version of Startup by Joe without
Yeah.
Mystical. Talk to me, tell me where you are. I just feel like, thank you. Thank you for this album, because away from the inspiration and the love for UG, there's just a lot of little things, very deliberate things you did.
Yeah.
Showed
The-
your
but then
range.
but then that was like so I called Cause. I was in Nairobi. I called Cause. I said, it's like 2 a.m. Yo, you're producing this whole album. He's
The
like,
man,
fam.
the man was sleeping.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's with his madam. Congratulations.
You called it again.
Yes, I was intoxicated. I was in Nairobi. I wanted to put. Navi was like, fam, you have to come back into this music thing. Because I had stopped. People didn't know that. I had stopped. Like, what? For me, it was like, I felt like there still is a space in media that hasn't been explored. And I wanted to be that guy to jump into it and tell these stories and all this type of stuff. So I wanted to do that. Still want to. But like, I have that bug that, that itches. So that's where all these random remixes come from. I'm rapping on a Chris Brown song. I'm rapping on a Fat Joe record. Like, because I'm like, I have verses all the time, right? So I had stopped, and we're in Nairobi, and these guys hit me up, and they were like, "Yo, we're doing a cipher. We need you to rap on the cipher." I'd gone there as Navio's manager, so that was another role I was trying to do. So they were like, "Yeah, we need you on the cipher," and I was like, "Yeah, bruh." Nah. Then, you know what? Before I even answer him, he's like, "Yeah, so we're paying, and I think it's like $600."
What?
A verse is 45 seconds. $600.
You paid for 3 months.
I went back to the hotel. I was like, this.
Let me write.
Came back, recorded. But then also the energy in Nairobi was so dope. Aniko had us around the right people. The energy was so dope. In my head, I was like, damn it, I want to record
Nairobi
again.
energy. We know all about it.
I was like, I need to record again.
Yeah.
So when I said that to Danny, we had an apartment. I said it to Navio. Navio and Flex. We're in the apartment, and I'm like, it's like 1:30 a.m. and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm ready to record again. And Danny's like, finally. Because he's like, finally, wow, this is this. So I said, but if I'm doing it, I want to do it my way.
Okay.
I want to. None of the songs you heard is a traditional song, like a record that's playing on radio now. Like if we were listening to radio now, none of the songs you heard
would be playing.
It
just doesn't
the
fit the
videos.
format.
The videos that we're looking at, we're not trying to have me like wearing like colors. It's just like all these colorful vibes and
What? I don't know.
you guys haven't seen these videos.
I don't know, but I can relate. I get it. In a weird way, I get it. But please carry on.
So I told that to Navio, and he was like, "But you always do your own thing," And he said how on the Destination Africa release party, everyone expected me to do fire, what. I got up there. I did songs that were on the album that were being released as soon as I was done performing. You know what I'm saying?
None of the precursors to this.
Yeah,
no.
nothing like, yo, boom, I'm here,
Get it.
rapped, walked off. The album is there. What was that song? Guys are buying the stuff. Because guys are like, who did that? What song was that? I want to hear it. So he's like, you've always done that, so you might as well just do it. So I said, but this one is different because I want to work with one producer. I want to have this concept album.
Right.
And it's like, do it. We hit up Cause. I don't think he even knew what I was saying because I was also just...
It's like the time when you came to studio and you thought you were rapping, but you were not rapping.
Yes.
So you thought you were talking,
But yeah.
but you were not talking.
Just another.
I thought I wasn't talking,
Hey.
but apparently I was. He understood what I was saying.
One
I
time.
was getting across, yeah. So, we came back, still didn't record anything, didn't work on anything. I just knew I wanted to work with him. Recorded Buster Short. These were just like me, just like, I'll just release a song whenever that bug hits. Then went to his place and I was like, yo, let's sit down and see what can happen. Went to his place and he had found an album of poets, right? A recording of Ugandan poets from 1970 something, just around the fire.
You would love that.
Yeah, around the fire. Seriously, around the fire. These guys are just waxing poetic on drums and just talking. And they're drunk. They're talking about women. And he had this thing. So that's where on the first interlude in Polygamy too, say that's where the guys are from, the drums are from there, you know. So we were like, I was like, man, this fits into me. Also, I hadn't fully jumped into that Mr. So UG thing, and I was like, this fits into. If I'm coming back, let me celebrate Uganda. Let me celebrate where I'm from.
So you just lit the fire.
Yeah. So that happened, and you know, we just recorded, and you know, the album came together nicely like that. You know, because of that.
Yeah. Nice. You know, you mentioned, you know, a lot of. You've mentioned Danny quite a bit.
Yeah.
You mentioned your boys and everything.
Yeah.
And you know how rap groups are.
Yeah.
There's usually some kind of sequence. Like everybody has a role. Like, you know, man, we kick it off, we give it to Praz. Praz is going to bring it home for us.
Yeah.
If we want to open, get Inspector Deck to do the opening. You know, that kind of thing. Eh? And so many times, it may not be easy for you to extricate yourself from the group mentality.
Yeah.
All right? Because now suddenly, instead of me just doing my one verse, I'm suddenly doing 3 verses.
Yeah.
And I have an interlude. I have a breakdown. You know, I have to do a bridge. Maybe even sometimes I might even sing the chorus. How much harder is it for you to suddenly leave that and just, you know, have to expand? Now say suddenly, okay, you know what? It's all on me.
It's all on me. Yeah. Initially, it was a problem. You know, it's going to be my 3rd album, but then I have 2 mixtapes in between there and all that. So initially, it was a problem because I was like, damn. You know, I would start writing a verse like I'm the 2nd verse, or like I'm the closing verse. So I'd write with and we are so, you know, like and I'm closing it with the
but what are you
highest
so?
level of
But what are you so?
I'm so UG. No.
Yeah. Well done.
Thank you. No, so initially it was a problem, but now it's like what these guys come in and. Technology, thank God for technology. In WhatsApp groups, they hear the songs as demos first.
Okay.
You know, so I'm like, so this is what we have, and it will be like, yeah, no, that remove. So they still guide me, but now it's like they know. Also, I think now the dopest thing is as the group, as Clear Cut, we now know who we are individually. Yeah. Right, we know who the other person is. Yeah. JB Lang, they're still the youngest. They still have, you know, they have responsibilities. They're fathers. You know, they're dating. They're in proper relationships. Danny's married. Papito is on the way. Dangold.
He's hiding the strippers at Billy B's thing.
No, yesterday.
All you guys are gone.
Yesterday we were saying that. No. But yeah, so I think now everyone has a story that they're trying to tell, or they want them as an artist to represent something. Right? And we know what that is. So now Danny will come in and say, you know what, that would be dope if you got Sewanyana on it. He'll guide me on the right collaboration in case I have got it wrong. Or that chorus, you remove it, rewrite it like this, whatever. Or that lyric, you know, like all that. And we share these ideas like that. So for us right now, we know who we are. Yeah. We know exactly what we're trying to get across. So it's like, okay, fine. We'll just the rest of the team just helps bring it together. That's the best thing about it right now. Because before it will be like we're all trying to bring this one song together with all our ideas on it. But now they're all, because we know who we are, they're all helping you bring it together. Yeah, perfect.
But ultimately, you know, it is you.
Yes, yes. You know, they're like this will best represent the myth. Yeah, you know. So that's the dopest thing about it right now.
All right. Wow, let me just say that every time, you know, you're cooking up something, like with your debut album in 2011, usually something big is happening for us anyway. Yeah. And now with this comeback, many of us here in this room are working on comebacks in different places. Oh, wow. So we just need to know, like, just to break it down for us, like, how important is it for artists to take a break, you know, from your usual grind? Just sit back and say, how do I reinvent myself?
Yeah, sometimes I think...
What radio had of every single year, I'm going to drop something for you. That's just out of this world.
Every week. Every week, nigga.
How important is it for artists all over to just say, hey, wait a minute.
Let me fall back a little. Yeah. You know, the industry in Uganda, it's like, it's against what I do. Me falling back.
We're
It's
very
against
we're
it.
very kagwira.
Yeah, give us now.
Kapiachi.
Done for me lately, like
You
you
know,
said.
yeah. So they're very against
care for
it.
2 years
But
ago.
I think like if you care about the craft,
Yeah.
you need to fall back a little bit. You need to fall back. You need to just drive. You know, just see things,
Yeah.
travel.
Yeah.
You know, just all that energy. I think it's dope. Like when people do that because you sit back and write, and you know exactly who you are in that moment and all that. So I think it's important for guys to do that. But you know, it depends on again on who you are in the industry, what you want out of the industry. If you want the, you know, I want that cash right now. I want this now. Please, by all means, knock out the records or they do not rest. You will get that cash every time. But if the idea is if you want to leave a legacy, right? And I really like now more than ever, I'm just like, man, you know, I'm happy because I see a lot of the hip hop guys are like, when they're discussing my albums, they're like, yeah, but the week of September, but Destination Africa. I'm like, damn, I rapped on Destination Africa and I didn't write, right? Like my phones have my lyrics and there's no phone that has the lyrics for Destination Africa because I was just like on the go and I was rapping to myself in the car as I'm driving and I'm just seeing things. Like I said, the Mwai Kibaki thing, it had happened and
You just heard it on the news.
and I'm like this. I was like, oh snap, you know. So all these things were just happening, and I was just incorporating them in everything that I was doing, right? So you know, but guys will be like, this album. So for me, it's like I want that album to go out. I want this album to go out, and I want guys to be like, damn. Like I want you to feel something, like the goosebumps. I want that to happen with records. Yeah. Yeah, I want that. I want that energy. But even if you're like, man, I don't fuck with it. Like, it's not my type of music. But you sit away with it, and you're just like, man. But that moment when this happened, you know, that's it. I just want to leave those constantly, and that's from now on. That's like my mission. I'm always talking shit, like I'm the nicest MC. So it's like that's cool.
Yeah.
Now I just have to prove it.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Right, so that's all I'm doing right now.
Thank you. I mean, he mentioned Phil Jackson. Mike, kill it.
What more?
I mean, if this was your last dance, would you be happy?
I have my grandmother on my album, bro. It's like,
That's it.
come on, man. I have my Jaja.
Because I think that's a question many of us need to ask ourselves in our careers. Like, if this is my last dance,
Yeah,
this is the last thing I do. Where am I?
fair.
The Myth. It's too legit. He can't what?
I can quit. now I know.
It's good you didn't announce to people that, you know what, I'm done at that time.
Yeah.
I think I did.
Really?
I think I was just like, you know what? Fuck it.
Did you say it
No,
explicitly or did you hint on it?
Yeah.
No, I said I think I'm done.
Like, guys, this is it. I'm done.
Yeah, but you know,
Or,
but
man, I think,
but then I said it while I'm still promoting the songs,
Hey.
the album. So it's like, really? Yeah. Is this like you want us to buy the album? Is this like a promo run?
Get a piece of history. This is the last
like
one.
Jay-Z for his first album, he said, "I'm doing one album more."
Yeah. Guys,
So everyone was super interested in it. 13 albums.
There's too many factors.
You know, so it's the same thing. I don't know. I was really just like, do I need to rap anymore? I can rap.
So,
Am I forgiven?
no. First wait.
SIIMA forgives. SIIMA forgives.
Can I put him on the spot, please?
do.
Can I put him on the spot?
Person I know.
Can I put him on the spot? Dude, when?
When this drops,
Give us a definitive
when
date.
this Not Radio drops,
Listen.
when this not
DDMMYYY. That's what we want.
what is it?
DDMMYYY.
Oh,
That's what we want. YYYY. Yes.
it's a September baby.
You go, boy.
Finally, I drop an album in September.
Ava.
The week of September was in May. Nigga. The other one, October. Like, fam. Get it right. Yeah, no.
Anyway, we have been quivering with anticipation.
Yeah.
I guess we can hold on a bit more.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just the other week.
The week of September, though, I gotta say, man, what an album, because it just helped what was one of our funnest radio times.
Yeah.
It just, when you were looking for local music,
Yeah.
those songs just kept showing up, you know.
Yeah,
And
that's dope.
I think even up to now, when you tune into, you know, our old location,
Yeah.
they play a lot of that stuff.
A lot of it, yeah.
It's
No,
just-
what's his
it's
name?
interesting.
I guess what's his name? Humphrey. From he does
Wampula?
swag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wampula, yeah.
yeah.
Cook it.
I think that's why because he's always like, "Will you ever top the week of September?" I'm like, I think I did with Destination Africa.
But again,
No?
it's jammed.
I mean, locally it was our sound
Yeah.
for a minute. It really was.
But fam, Destination Africa.
Crazy.
I'm kind of around.
Destination was sick, though.
100% produced by Cause and Effect and Sam. Sam touched all those records nicely, just gave it moods and all that. So the intro was produced by Sam, him
Let's
and
go.
Maritza. I wasn't even in the session. He was like, yeah, he texted me and he's like, oh yeah,
We're
we
done.
recorded the intro yesterday. I was like, wait, what? Like,
But it was
yeah.
when you heard it, you were like, you know what?
Yeah, I didn't. I'm not going to tell anyone to change. I'll just be a dick and tell everyone in Uganda. She's like, okay. 2 seconds later, it's back, and they're like, damn. Should have said Lusoga or something.
Where's Tikita, though?
Tikita, I think, is in States.
Okay.
I think it's in States. Yeah.
That's my jam.
I hate that.
We threw a house party, and Rudy did the punch, and the pop. We threw this
But
party.
Was there booze in it?
There's everything. And that was a song we kept repeating.
I will have you know that I had a former life. Yes.
Yeah, in the videos.
It was like New Year's Day 2011 or something.
We're done. We're done. Aren't we done? We're done. No. No, but yes.